Okay, so this is just basically a little test. I'm not actually going to be on here for too long, but I just kind of wanted to basically, as you may know from like the sort of recent podcast episode and some other videos, basically this is my new office space. I've just moved flats recently, but it's only yesterday that I got Wi-Fi, and so I thought I'd use the opportunity to test out live streaming, see how it works on the Wi-Fi, just for if I want to do it in the future. So I put together these little things that starting soon screen. This one, I put together that. The titles, I've got the titles going up ready with the new like countdown and stuff like that in it. Sorry, I was just getting distracted seeing if it was actually working. Let me just test on here. With the new like countdown. Yeah. Just thought I'd put all them together. I've also got a be right back screen as well, just if I need that. But yeah, I just thought I'd put these together and just see how it works and if it works on the Wi-Fi, the new Wi-Fi that I've just got set up, because I don't really know how fast it is and how good it is for streaming. So I thought I'd give it a go. I might do some live episodes in the future if it does. It's probably more for like if I'm available when there's like breaking news or something like that. Maybe some like trailer reactions or something like that. I'm not sure yet. But even if not that, I might just, whilst I'm recording actual episodes of the podcast, I might live stream them whilst I'm doing them or something like that. I was going to record this one actually so that I could maybe put it up on the podcast, the RSS feed and stuff, but I forgot to do that. But it's not going to be that long anyway, and it's probably not worth going up on there, but I'll see how I feel. But like I said, this is more just a test, kind of what this is like. I don't have any actual topics to talk about or anything for this particularly today, and I'm not going to be here for too long because I've got to go to work soon as well. So I just thought I'd give it a go, see how it works. I know there's pretty much no one watching right now. It says one person, and I think that's counting me on my phone just testing it. But that's okay, because I don't expect people to be watching it. I haven't scheduled it to go out or anything like that, which I might do for future ones. But I just kind of want to do this for myself, just to see if it works. But it will be available for people to watch afterwards on the live tab. So I'm going to keep it up probably, unless I do literally nothing. But yeah, that's basically what this is. I am going to stick around for a bit longer, talk about some stuff that's coming up. Basically, I have a video available. It's up now on Patreon and for members, which is a more in-depth breakdown of the Joy to the World preview that we got. I obviously did a bit of a breakdown once on, I think it was the second episode of the podcast, of the rebranded podcast. But I've done like a proper more in-depth and more researched version of that, and I've talked about some stuff that wasn't announced at the time as well. But I've not decided when that's going to go up yet, because I've got it available on Patreon for members at the moment, and it's finished and ready. But I want to get a video about everything we know about the war between the land and the sea up, which I've already kind of done that as well on the podcast. But obviously that was before we had all the new casting announcements and stuff like that. And I want to do a version now that we've got like the Colin McFarlane casting and Ruth Madeley officially announced and stuff like that. I was going to do it before it got officially announced, when we just had the read-through thing, and I was already speculating that it was Colin McFarlane. I was going to do the everything we know about it when we got that anyway, but now we've had the official announcement. I want to get that done even sooner, and if possible, I want to get that out before the Joy to the World preview breakdown that I've already got ready. So I might try and record that one tomorrow and get that up for this weekend, for this Sunday. But if that doesn't happen, then I'll have the Joy to the World preview breakdown go up this Sunday, and I'll have the War Between the Land and the Sea one either the following Sunday or maybe the following Friday. Pardon me. Depending if there's any other things I could talk about on the Sunday as well. So we'll see. But I do want that one, the War Between the Land and the Sea one, to come out first, just because it's more like pertinent at the moment now that we've had the official announcements. So I'll see how I feel about that, how if I can be bothered to, or actually get it recorded tomorrow. Because if not, I'll just put the one that's already ready up. Obviously, I've also got the watching every Sea Devil story video coming up at some point, but that is still just the intro that I've got filmed for that at the moment. I've got some notes for the first few parts of the Sea Devils 1972 written for my review, but the reviews are going to be going up, like unedited reviews are going to be going up on Patreon first, and then I've actually got to finish watching each of the stories as well before I can get them like ready to have in the actual video. But I'm going to record each kind of section as I've finished those stories, so I don't know how long it's going to take for that to come out, but I'm going to try and work my way through those. But I haven't watched any of the parts recently. I think the last time I was watching some of the Sea Devils was last week, so I haven't really had chance to watch more of the classic serials, and I've still got to watch Warriors of the Deep first as well, so I'm not sure how long that's going to take for me to actually get that done and finished. But that's one of like the big videos that I'm kind of working on at the moment, because I kind of want to have it be more better edited, like some cool visuals in there, which I've already got in the intro. If you've seen that either on the Patreon or at the end of one of the recent podcast episodes, I previewed it in there as well. But if you want to get that early, you can join the Patreon. One thing I was going to mention actually, when I was talking about how I've got these new like titles and stuff like that ready, is, and I have this mentioned in the description and the end screen of the podcast episodes, but the brand new theme for the TARDIS coffee break that's been in the last episode or two is by Jeremy Duncan, which I think is just absolutely incredible. The first couple of episodes I didn't use it. I used some other, I think it was like the lo-fi Doctor Who theme or something like that, but I wanted to make some better titles and have some proper original music for it, and I reached out to Jeremy Duncan and he did a great job. I'm really happy with them. So go and support him if you want to. I think a lot of people already know about Jeremy Duncan anyway, but I might be wrong. So yeah, I think that's kind of the only stuff I need to talk about with upcoming videos. I do want to start doing a couple of shorts again. I've thought of a couple of ideas for shorts, because I kind of abandoned shorts a while ago, and most of it was just like taking clips from already existing videos that I've made and turning them into shorts, and they don't actually perform very well on shorts. I've kind of started doing that on my brand new YouTube Twitter page. I've had Twitter for ages, but I've made a specific one for YouTube, which I'll probably put in the description after I've finished this stream. I'll edit it to go into the description maybe. So I've started putting more stuff like that on there instead, clips from the videos with links to the videos. But the things that perform better on shorts are actually usually things that are specifically recorded to be shorts, and in like a more like TikTok-y kind of shorts format where you're filming them actually on your phone and stuff like that. So I've got a couple of ideas for some of those that I'm going to do in the future. One is just a quick rundown of the casting of The War Between the Land and the Sea, just so I can kind of link the video of everything we know in that short. So I've got to actually have that video sorted first. Another one is, I just had a thought recently that I feel like the Edge from Power of the Doctor could return in the future, and how I would want it to return. And so I'm going to do a short based on that as well. And obviously I mentioned in the newsletter, which you can get for free on my Patreon, I want to start doing a video idea I've had for a while now, which is a retrospective of Torchwood. But that's going to take even longer to make than this Sea Devils video, so that's going to be a little while, but that's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and now that I've got this whole setup and stuff like that, I feel like it's the right time to get started on it. But I'm obviously going to have to rewatch most of the episodes of Torchwood to probably do that, unless there's some that I obviously just know already what I want to say on them. But that's going to be for series 1 and 2 of Torchwood is the plan. I will do ones in the future for Children of Earth and maybe Miracle Day if I can be bothered to watch it again. But the first video is going to be series 1 and 2 combined. But when that does happen, when I've already finished like the part for series 1, I'm going to release that part on its own early on Patreon. But when it comes to YouTube, it is going to be both series in one video. But that's going to take a while. It might even be like next year by the time it comes out. I'm really not sure. But yeah, I think in terms of videos, video ideas, that is kind of all I've got. I did have a little Google Doc about it, so I can quickly check my Google Doc and see if that is everything. Video ideas. Yeah, pretty much. The only other ideas I've put on, and these are very recent ideas and not very fleshed out ideas, is I want to do a ranking every Stephen Moffat episode before Joy to the World comes out. I'm not sure how if I'll get around to doing that. Whether I was debating whether or not to do it as a tier list or literally like worst to best, but worst to best would maybe mean I'd have to watch a lot of them again, and obviously Moffat's written like most episodes of Doctor Who out of any showrunner or something, so I don't think that's going to be very likely. So I'll try and do that before Joy to the World comes out, but I'm not sure. I think the main thing I'm going to try and get out before Joy to the World comes out is the Silurian video, which is going to be like the Sea Devil video, but with Silurians, because that'll be a lot easier to get made in a short amount of time. And I also had the idea, which I've had for a while since I got them. I've got down there somewhere on the shelf. Hang on, I'm in the way. It's basically they're the novelizations for the 60th anniversary specials, and I've been wanting, since I had those, to make a video about all the differences in the 60th anniversary specials novelizations, but I am terrible at reading, so I've never got around to it, but I still want to do it eventually. So if I get around to reading them, and they're not like the biggest books ever, but I'm just terrible at reading, that is something I want to do. But those are very new ideas that I've got, basically, that I've not thought about too long. Okay, I think before I finish this live stream up, I am going to quickly do some Whodles, I think, because I thought that would be a fun thing to do considering I've got like nothing to talk about. So if I can just get that ready. Whodle. And if we change the scene to that. Okay, cool. This is one of the scenes in OBS that I need to update more, because it's still got the like old border of this thing around me, of the Lone Companion podcast, which is the old branding of the podcast. Basically a different podcast, but it's the same as Coffee Break, really. It's just rebranded. I need to update that at some point, but for now it's been fine. I've used it for the podcast and stuff recently. It works fine. So let's get on to some Whodles. This one, I'm fairly certain I know what it is. I'm assuming that this is Smith and Jones, but it could be that moment in Smith and Jones where it could be that moment in Turn Left where they say that everybody died. Okay, I think it is Turn Left then. That was a bit of a trick. Yeah, cool. What were the pictures they used in that? Yeah, I would have got it from some of them. It was a 50-50 with that. What is this? It's difficult to tell on the screen that I've got because I need to get a monitor for this. I've got two screens going on right now, but what I'm using as a monitor right now is just an old TV that we had at the old flat, and I haven't got a monitor yet. I want to say that's Tim Shaw from Woman Who Fell to Earth, but I don't think it is, and I can't tell because of the quality. But let's give it a go. Oh, is it one of the Series 5 Angels ones? What is that? What are they called? There's Flesh and Stone and Time of Angels. I can't remember which one's first and which one's second, and I also can't remember which it would be. Okay, it was Time of Angels, so I happened to get that right. Second time, but first guess of those two parts. I've got no clue. This looks like it's a Chibnall era type thing, but I've got no clue. I've not seen resolution, and this doesn't look familiar to me, so it could be. Oh, it is. That was a good guess. Yeah, basically, there's still a couple of episodes of New Who that I haven't watched, even though I've been watching since 2005 when I was like 4 years old. But there was a certain point during the Capaldi era and the Whiskey era where I missed some of them because I wasn't interested. Resolution is one of those. I've also not seen Battle of Ranskar of Kolos. I've technically not seen Husbands of River Song, but I sort of have now because I edited a video featuring a lot of footage for it for Harbo. So I sort of have seen that, and I've seen like all the clips on YouTube for that one. And I think there's another one. Oh, same with Return of Dr. Mysterio. I technically haven't seen that one, but I also edited I can't remember if it was a review for it or just another video. I think it was the review for it for Harbo's channel. So I basically have seen that one now. But I think that's it. There might be something missing. But if you do want me to kind of do some sort of reaction / watch along thing for Resolution, because I've not seen it before, and for maybe Battle of Ranskor Kolos, that is something I will do in the future. What is this? Certificate of Bravery? I've got absolutely no idea. I have to make a guess, don't I? I don't know why I want to say Caretaker. I was just thinking Danny Pink, and then just thought that was the first one that came to mind. Oh, okay. Is this for Beast Below? It's giving that vibe, but I don't know if it is. No? What is that? Husbands of River song? Am I just crazy? What is that? That's 12th Doctor, right? Or is that some other character? Oh, it might be some other character. No, I feel like that's 12th Doctor. I really don't know. Mummy on the Orient Express. Well, that makes it obvious with that last one. But the other ones did not make it obvious to me. I've probably only seen that a couple of times, to be honest. That's not an episode I've gone back to rewatch a lot. That I think I'm catching up with some ones that I've seen on either I've done or seen on someone else's stream now, so I might know these now. Victory of the Daleks, yeah. And that is Love and Monsters, because it's when he's saying his name's Elton. I think I'm pretty much caught up now, so I can't really play anymore. But yeah, let me know how well this stream went, because I think that's pretty much it for now. If you want to join the Patreon, it'll be linked in the description down below. And I'll see how well this stream worked, if the Wi-Fi was able to handle it, or if it cut out at points. It didn't seem like it did, but we'll see. Let me just get up the actual studio so I can see how well it's doing. I've got a warning about stream bitrate, but I don't know if that's a big deal. So I think that's pretty much it. Let me know how this went, and maybe I'll do one of these in the future. That's it. I forgot that this would be there'd be a countdown for this as well. I need to do a different end screen situation for this.